morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 8. Today, I have no idea what I want to do. I have a couple things that I'm like, no. I don't know what I want to do. One is sanding down the bottom of these cabinets and then painting them black. Second is priming the hallway so that whenever we figure out what color we want to paint it, it's already ready. And third is right here, this area, the kitchen, is just not working for me. And I'm thinking of putting that table on the other side of this wall in our den, and then putting our guinea pig's cage on top of it, and then getting the cabinet that she's on and putting it right here. And then setting up the coffee station there. I think that would look nice. But then I'm also conflicted at like, where should our microwave be if I do that? It's a lot to think about, and I can't come up with a concise plan. I really want to paint, I think. But painting the hallway would mean I have to like put up all the cats, and painting here, these cabinets, would mean I have to put up all the cats so they don't get paint on themselves also. Which, I mean, I guess it doesn't take that much effort. It only takes like 5 minutes to gather them up and make sure they're safe. And then moving everything in the kitchen, that would be a pretty large task. One of my kids will be home from school in about 45 minutes. Maybe I could just show y'all what I've recently worked on and then show you my current whip. And then I can ask my son what he thinks I should do, and then maybe I'll get that done. Oh, another option is to reorganize my yarn hutch. I have technically 2 of them. One is more organized, but it's a bit messy from when we moved. We moved it with all the yarn inside of it, so it did get a bit messy. And everything's still on the proper shelves and stuff, but it's just not arranged all pretty and nicely the way I had it before. That is an option, but I was thinking that might be really nice to have as its own separate video that isn't Vlogmas. So I'm feeling really conflicted, and I'm just trying to get the hang of this and really have fun. You know, I want to create like a sense of community and just kind of people to talk to. And you guys can share with me like your ideas and what you're working on. Maybe work on your projects while I'm working on my projects. Just have me on in the background. Today has been a pretty low energy day, but high anxiety day. I probably should not have chugged coffee. It kind of just exacerbated that, but it was so tasty, and my fiance makes such yummy coffees. So every time he makes me a coffee, I'm just like, yummy. That was annoying. So since I do know that I want to paint, I think what I will do now is go check the materials, because I cannot paint if my paintbrushes are not clean. So that could be a good way to figure out if I can work on the hallway or on the kitchen today. Okay, so I do have a clean roller, and I do have one cleaned brush. So I can paint. I was gonna say it didn't make my choice easier, but you know what? It did. Because now I'm holding these things, so I'm gonna paint. Here's my roller. It extends. I really like it. Works decent. So now I have these, which are not clean. And since, again, I am holding them, I should clean them, right? Do I want to clean them? No. Do I know what I'm going to clean them in? Also no. But I'm going to clean them. So I'm now going to go to the garage, try to see if I have a container, and then I will soak these bad boys in acetone, because these bad boys are getting clean. Shh. So I found this. This is a glass container that I spray painted a few years ago. It used to hold my kitchen utensils for cooking. So I'm going to pour some acetone on the inside of this, just enough to cover like halfway through of the brushes. Probably put, yeah, not probably, I just did, huh? Gonna put the brushes in first and then fill it up about halfway, like I said. And then leave those to soak. Acetone. Okie dokie. Now we are gonna let that sit for however long it takes. I'm not wearing a watch. I ended up losing about 45 minutes worth of footage of me priming this. And it's kind of crazy how in a time lapse, it looks like it only takes like 20 seconds. And you really don't believe the YouTubers when they're like, hey, this took me so long. But this was like an hour and a half worth of painting. So yesterday I finished half of the wall in the hallway, and I just got so exhausted, and I finished using up all the paint or the primer, and then I had started trying to work on the second wall. I kept getting paint on my shirt, made a plan that I would let it dry, and then I would go back to working on it. And I just got so tired and I didn't want to do it. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow, and then we'll just have Vlogmas day 8 and 9 together, and I'll finish the hallway. And I forgot I had an appointment today. The appointment was like pretty scary and intimidating. And so I was like, I just want to come home and chill and crochet and watch my YouTube videos, go to stitch night tonight. And it's my favorite thing. The project that I'm working on now is just a fun little project I started a couple days ago. As you guys know, if you've watched the other videos, which I'm pretty sure it's just my family right now, which is really nice. It was like really nice how my brother just me like, give me your names. He wasn't that aggressive. He was just like, give me your names. And he's like, I'm going to subscribe and I'm going to put notifications on. And I'm going to let you play while I'm at the farm. And I'm just like, people are supportive of me, and it's so exciting. My son subscribed to me and my fiance. You guys know I made 2 hats for my future grandmother-in-law, and my future mother-in-law told me that she really likes light blues and stuff and white. I used up all of the acrylic white yarn I had, and I don't want to buy any more yarn because I'm trying really hard to work stash. I'm making squares, and at first I was going to make this like really sleek, just like checkers, and they were all going to be the same shape and size, but then I started getting bored, as I do, and losing motivation. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to work with my motivation. And I did these ones, and they were all going to be this size. And then when I got to here, I got bored, so I just switched colors. And I did some of the white, but then I used up all of the white red heart that I had. I went back to the main colors, but I'm using this kind of aqua color as the main color in this little lap blanket. And I'm just going to keep going until I run out of yarn, and then I'm going to hope that it's big enough. And if it isn't big enough, my plan is to... What is my plan? I know I want to do a cute border, like do single crochets all around and then do like a scallop. I really like a scallop. I could also do a ruffle, but that one's a little bit more involved. I mean, it's up in the air. We'll see what happens. Who knows, I might end up going to a thrift store and finding more of this yarn. I believe that both of these are actually from thrift store finds. So I get really lucky on this aqua color, and I tend to find it in like 2 to 3 skeins at a time. And when I see a yarn at the thrift store, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have that, babe. You know this is like $5 if you get it, and it's only $1.50 now. I'm saving $3.50. And he's so supportive. He's just like, oh babe, that's a really good deal. But I have been trying to work from stash for a very long time because I have a relatively large stash, but my acrylic stash is really dwindling because I do make so many hats for donation. I buy a lot of D-stashes because sometimes people will be getting rid of like 2-3 totes full of yarn, and they'll be getting rid of them for like $40. A good deal. I enjoy buying those, and I think it's time to buy another one. I think my friend Lindsay is getting rid of a bunch of Lion Brand yarn. I need to message her about that because it's like, I want to say there were 26 skeins for around $40. I'll ask her if she can hold it for me until. My son was trying to show me how to use CapCut, and I really like it for like little short bursts of music and stuff. Like if I have a time lapse, like I'm still trying to figure out how to put music over the time lapse that you guys will have already seen in this video. And I do like CapCut for that, but either they don't have it or I haven't figured it out how to see the visual line for audio like in iMovie. So in iMovie, if I'm just not talking for an extended period of time, I just cut that out. Taz is taking a very loud bath. I don't know if you can hear it. He sounds like a tiny little oinking pig. You sound like a little gremlin, Taz. For today, I think that's all I have for you guys. Hang out with my friends at Stitch Night. I also have to make dinner. That way, everyone has dinner. Or you know what? I'm gonna ask my fiance if he can get Little Caesars for dinner. That way we don't have to worry about anything. My kids love pizza. He will eat pizza. I will also eat pizza. Problem solved. Bye, everyone.